Chapter 13, Mishnah 6. When a man divorces his wife, she remains forbidden to his brother. If he should then die without children, she is still forbidden to his brother, because a woman does not fall for Yibum unless she was married to her husband when he died. The Mishnah discusses what happens if her husband remarried after he divorced her and then died. If a man divorces a woman and then remarries her, and he then dies without children, she is permitted to the Yavam, her husband's brother. Although their first marriage ended in divorce, so that she did not become permitted to her husband's brother at that time, nevertheless, his death during their second marriage permits the brother's wife prohibition that remained from the first marriage, as well as the prohibition created by the second marriage. Rabbi Eliezer, however, rules that she is forbidden to the Yavam because of a rabbinic decree. Similarly, if one divorces an orphan girl who had been given to him in marriage by her mother or brothers, and he then remarries her and dies without children, she is permitted to the Yavam for Yibum. Rabbi Eliezer, however, says she is forbidden to the Yavam because of a rabbinic decree. Under biblical law, a father can marry off his underage daughter to whomever he chooses, and the marriage is biblically recognized. If her husband then divorces her, the divorce is biblically valid. Moreover, having been married and divorced, she is no longer under the control of her father, i.e., he does not have the right to marry her off to another man. For this reason, the rabbis call this girl an orphan during the lifetime of her father. At this point, she can marry another man on her own, but her marriage is only rabbinically valid as long as she is not yet an adult. The next case of the Mishnah discusses how these laws impact on Yibum. An underage girl who is married off by her father and then divorced by her husband is like an orphan during the lifetime of her father. If the husband remarries her while she is still underage, their second marriage is only rabbinically valid. Therefore, if the husband now dies without children, all agree, both the Tanna Kama and Rabbi Eliezer, that she is forbidden to the Yavam. Since her first marriage was valid under biblical law, she became biblically forbidden to his brother, and remains forbidden to him even after her divorce. When she remarried her husband after the divorce, their second marriage was only rabbinically valid. Therefore, when her husband dies childless, there is no biblical mitzvah of Yibum to override the biblical prohibition to her brother-in-law, because the second marriage was only rabbinic. In this case, even the Tanna Kama agrees that she is forbidden to the Yavam. It is because of the law in this final case that Rabbi Eliezer prohibits Yibum in the Mishnah's first two cases. Rabbi Eliezer never allows Yibum when the deceased brother remarried his divorcee, because in the case of the orphan during the lifetime of the father, Yibum would be biblically prohibited. The Tanna Kama, on the other hand, does not agree that the rabbis made such a decree.